James. He's gonna do guitar in the end. We're gonna do some songs. And I just told him if there's any moment that he wants to just give some background, he gave it as the intro. Yeah, if there's a sad part, he's just gonna give me some. It's gonna be great. So if you can't see this screen, I did put together 38 slides, so someone needs to look at this at some point. I was going to do patterns as it relates to relationships, but then it got too in my head about that, so we are going to stick to what I know, which is patterns, which are algorithms and maps as they relate to live music. So yes, I have done some recording work. This is the vinyl that I released last year. Hillary did all the artwork for it. Raise your hand, Hillary. She's also doing the camera. So we got that done. So that's the recording part that a lot of people know when they listen to music. You're listening to the recording artist on Spotify. My income is mainly, I don't make a dime off of that. So if you do buy it, I put way more money in it than I will ever retrieve. But what I do make money off of is live music. So that's performance, myself, other musicians performing too. James, I sent him out on a gig. He killed it a couple weeks ago. But we've never performed together. So I try to grab as many musicians as I can. And we'll get into how that whole process. So I'm the observer of patterns when it comes to live music. Is my thing feeding back a little? I got louder? Who did that? Okay. Next slide. Okay. Oh man, you can't really see it. So these are the Instagrams if you want to follow them, and they're also the businesses. So Kimberly Wesson Music, that's the main one. Live music, wedding music by Kimberly, that's my wedding music brand. So mostly higher end weddings. I love to do that. Any wedding that has a planner and a big budget. I got to go to France last year. We'll get to that in a minute. For Love and Melodies, that's my poetry line, and I've yet to put my book out. But that's how all the music and lyrics started, was with the poetry. My brand new venture I started last week is with Surf Outpost. I have a little baby teardrop and I keep it in Malibu so people can rent it. But I need to be out there often, so that's the new venture. Follow these Instagrams, we'll put it at the end too. Next slide. Next slide. Okay, so these are my beautiful children. I have a 19-year-old and a 17-year-old, Kylie and Jackson. They're incredible. I live for them. So I'm a mom first. I always start off by saying that, and that usually dictates my life, including, as most of you I'm sure, your career and how much money you make, and your drive and your ambition and your heart and your soul, your lyrics, everything. So these two are my little reason for living. Growing up in the 90s, big Mariah Carey, Whitney Houston fan. So I would always sing in the shower, and then I told myself I was going to be a singer. If you're going to be an artist, you need to be wildly delusional. Sometimes it works a little bit. You'll get high enough, okay? So Mariah Carey, Whitney Houston, big inspiration. And then these days, I think my original musical taste is more towards the Norah Jones, the Melody Gardot. And then as of last month, I'm really into the jazz house combination. But it's always changing. I'm always grabbing new influences. We're gonna figure out our cue.
Yeah.
So what should it be? Just a little.
Yeah.
Okay. See, we're already creating a pattern here. Poetry is how all of my music starts. So as a listener to music, as a creator of music, we all approach it differently. As you guys know, we listen to different things, we hear different things, and then we become good at different things when it comes to music. So the way James's brain works with music is different from mine. He understands things differently, most likely better, musically, theoretically. And then I'm very fixated on lyrics, words, and the form of that when it relates to a song. So, of course, all of my songs derived from my poetry. So I wrote 112 poems between 2010 2014. Sad, really, really sad. And then I turned most of them into songs. Next. So started in 2017 with my live music businesses. So I would kind of dabble in music and play out when I can. This is Kim with short bangs and short hair. So it's interesting. It's a look, it's a vibe. Oh, good, clever, okay, go back. Okay, so my strategy for business from day one was to never, ever, ever turn down a gig. I'm tired, I'm still tired from that approach. But what that meant was I needed to work with everybody. And that's because if a client needed live music, and if I was in a band, let's say I put a band together, and the client needed music and my bass player wasn't available for that night, we couldn't provide music for that client and we couldn't show up. So I would say yes to the client. Yes, I have some favorite musicians, but then continue to build. And every time someone wasn't available to do that gig, I would sub. So I would sub a keys player, sub a sax player. Last year I had 299, 72 musicians. So at this point there's a ton. Yes, there's a percentage that I always use because we've learned how to work together and it's so much easier. But from day one, it was never turn down a gig, work with everyone and pay well. So in order to get some of the really good musicians, just pay a little bit more than the other bookers. Keep your ride or dies and build on that and then repeat. So I did that for probably like 6 or 7 years, non-stop. Starting in 2017. I've sold out the Nash 7 times, so that's the jazz band in Phoenix. These are some of my ride or dies here. That's one of the most famous drummers, Ronald Bruner Jr., over there to the left. Yeah, guitar player, bass, and then Beth Liederman on keys. We were doing an original show, so I was doing all of my original music. Original music is hard to get paid off of, so mainly it's private events, corporate events, and anything from solo to 13-piece, and yeah. Oh, I was going to talk while this was going. All right, go ahead. This is my wedding company, and then anything that's, I guess I don't really want to see prices over the mic, but just my cool wedding stuff. You don't have to listen. Okay, next slide. I feel a little braggy right now. We're getting through prologue, hold on. These are patterns when it comes to, this is actually how I got my France gig. So I was really good at putting together stage plots and input plots and input lists. And the coordinator, it was a $3 million wedding at Chateau de Grande-Luce in France. And I got to take 5 band members, 2 assistants, learned a ton. It was amazing. It was a 3-day event. We performed the first night, the second night, and then we stayed for 2 weeks. We had a band house right outside the chateau, and it was just the most incredible experiences. But she did tell me when I got there, she was like, the reason why you were chosen, of course, everyone has to be pros and fantastic at their work, and great singers and really organized, but she said that the one thing that differentiated me was my input lists and my charts. So this is a input list chart. She said it was just easy to read. My production team loved it. So I make a ton of these. This is the pattern. Do not steal it. Just kidding. Go ahead. Go ahead. This is Chateau de Grande-Luce. It's just absolutely unbelievable. Next one. Oh, this was my favorite part. So oh no, it doesn't play. So we had, when I got there, the client wanted all white mics, all white towers, all white speakers, all white music stands, all white everything. So where the hell do you find that? There was just for aesthetic reasons. And so when I arrived, buses and buses of gear and equipment, and I was so excited because I've never had someone set up a stage for me. So I got to do my writer. I got to say, give my guitarist 3 choices of guitars when he arrives and he's gonna pick, you know? So here's a picture of him with like, they're just like looking at him like, what kind of guitar is he gonna pick? He ended up picking all 3, which made the bill higher. I love it. But they found a company in Italy, so they had to drive from Italy to the chateau, bringing all of this white gear. I loved it. It was incredible. I have so many France stories, but that could literally be another talk. Next. Oh my gosh, this is the band. Okay, before you click that video on the left, we stay at this band house, and we all wake up in the morning to our saxophonist outside, Jermaine, and he's trying to herd. So we didn't get to stay in the chateau. We were in the band house. It was gorgeous, but there's animals around us. There's like beautiful cows. Everything's gorgeous, but beautiful cows, and he's trying to get them to come. And he read that if you play the sax a specific melody, these cows are going to come to you. So this is us. We have our coffee. We have our coffee in our hand in the morning, and he's just herding them all over. I got to bring my daughter as my assistant, which was so fun. After that, we went to Paris and sat in some jazz clubs to figure that out. We can do next slide. Another thing that I do is I book for the Global Ambassador, so that's the hotel in Phoenix with Sam Fox. Next one. The reason why I do that is because, like I said, I know so many musicians, and these are some of the ones that have rolled through. They're very picky, but I am learning the new patterns of booking that particular hotel. So next. Strategy today. Turn down gigs. So I have flopped that strategy. I do want to create a band that I think at this point I could probably fund or maybe get a label and then tour. So I do want to create a band that kind of sticks. So I think that's the progression of maybe the route that one could take. I still want to work with everyone and pay even better. That's kind of a goal of mine. I think musicians are wildly underpaid, and it irks me a bit, so I always want to raise that level, and I think I can. So, keep my ride or dies and build on that repeat. That's the strategy today. My office is at the Road, Phoenix. Where's Laura? Ow! Oh, there you are. So, it's the cutest little spot, and Laura owns it, and then I'm one of the tenants, so it's in Phoenix. It's a little studio. I made it as a content creating space because I need to do more videos. So selfishly, that's what I grabbed it for. There's one more spot open.
Yes.
So
Rent it today.
Rent it today. I need a neighbor. I need one neighbor. Next. Continue. Okay, so AI helped me with this earlier. So patterns in behaviors. I wrote out my little outline, and then I told ChatGPT. Is that what everyone's still using? I don't know. I feel like there's so many AIs out there. Anyway, they made me this gorgeous little pattern for my talk. Okay, next one. So the patterns and behaviors that I have noticed, I'm constantly analyzing musicians and their traits. So that is a big one. Obviously, I've had to really do my own self-work and figure out what I'm good at, but I'm constantly analyzing unique abilities and liabilities. So, you know, the bass player drinks a little bit too much. I'm always bragging on a bass player. They can't, you know, continue. Liabilities are strong. I have liabilities in even my approach to music. So when I'm on the bandstand, I have lots of liabilities. I don't like to read music. My attention span is short. Some of those equal to good traits in leading a band. Set lists are always out way too late, so I need to hire a musical director for sure. But I'm constantly analyzing what can somebody, do for this band. And the interesting thing about bands, I'm sure it's in every organization and company, I could never do what James does. It has taken him 10,000 hours plus, and everyone in that band has such unique abilities. We cannot trade each other's positions, and if one of them is gone, we're screwed. Sometimes, yes, if you hear a song and you hear all the instrumentation in that song, and you want to repeat that song live, you're going to need all those. Everything you hear, you're going to need them all right there. So sax, drums, bass, guitar, singer, backup singers. If that client can't afford it, then maybe we have a trio, but they really want this type of music. Well, that means the keys player is going to have to do left-hand bass. That means we're going to have to do more, percussion with the rhythm section with guitar. So sometimes we have to, take over each other's strengths and compensate. But for the most part, we are working together as a team, and we are trying to figure out everyone's motivations constantly. Cues, patterns in, well, we'll get to patterns and cues, but so some can read music, some don't read music, some chart write. James is one of the best chart writers, so he chart writes for me. Some have perfect pitch, some have relative pitch. I have relative pitch. It makes me a little bit more creative with my approach to things, interestingly. The perfect pitch guys are so great because sometimes I won't know what a key is in, and they'll hold it for a second, and then they'll tell me, oh, this is in D. So then I can be like, it's in D. I don't know, but they know. Band leading. This is a fun one. Okay, there's another slide after this, which wait, it shows, well, let me know if I don't. We're done. Yeah, let's do band leading behind me. Oh, next one. Oh, dang it, I guess I missed that slide. This isn't it. Okay, we'll just keep going. Okay, sorry, got sidetracked. These are, let's do patterns in non-verbal cues. So, you'll have to let me know, James, too, some of the cues that you have, but like, when you're up there and everyone's trying to get on the same page, over time, over years, you start to develop your cues. Universally, in music, there are some cues. Closed fist, right here at the bottom is we're going to get to the end pretty soon. Closed fist at the top is we're done. Go, fade it out. Or tag it. I don't know a good cue for tag. Do you? I just say tag it. I literally say, you know what a good cue for tag?
What's tag?
Think about it.
What's tag?
Oh, here we go. Should we show them?
I think my cue for everything is just...
See, and everyone has, so observing all that constantly and then picking that up. Okay, a tag is when you're trying to end, see that's funny, when you're trying to end a tune, when you're ending a song, you can just repeat the last phrase once or twice or 3 times and it ends. That's my go-to. Everybody that works with me is like, tag. It's not even supposed to be a tag, we're tagging it. We're tagging it. We'll tag one of the songs at the end.
We'll do this, or...
For tag? Interesting. Can you go to the next one? Let's see if it's there. Ooh! Okay, wait. So... oh man, here's a nonverbal cue that I don't get. Let me go to the ones that I do get. I do this when I want it to keep going, when I want the song to be longer. Pop songs are 3 minutes, jazz songs are way longer, but I can make any song longer by going like this. You can go to the top of the, you can go to the head of the song and repeat it from the top. Oh, this is a good one. This is what I do for bridge. Go to the bridge of the song, because it's the bridge of your nose. Or I just yell. I say, go to the... So the non-verbal cue patterns I think are so interesting to me. So maybe I'll have to just write them down in like a cool, get AI to do a flow chart or something, pass it out to everybody. These are Kim's non-verbal cues. Oh, here's one. Here's a good one. This is my favorite one. When I want someone to take a solo, and you just look at them, and then they take a solo. If they don't want to take a solo, they will not look at you. So in the beginning, I didn't know that, and there's so much I'm learning every day. I still don't know the number system, so the 1, 4, 5 stuff. I don't know that. Maybe you'll have to explain that to me. You know that, yeah. So some of the musicians will lead behind me. That's a huge plus that I like when I look for that. And a lot of them will do this to everybody. I don't know what that means, but they're usually following me, figuring it out. This is an example of the hand motions behind me. I have no idea what's going on, but let's see. I guess it's hard to see. So one of the guys reads, the other one doesn't. So in that moment, just for the end, Yannick had to tell Kendall 4 or 5 because Kendall didn't know the song. So, and it was perfect. It was perfect. You don't need to even know the song sometimes because you have musicians who are literally going to tell you, or you'll hear it, and it's great. So, patterns in song forms. This is the last pattern that has been interesting to me. I picked 3 patterns in live booking and live music experience of mine that I think are really interesting. Songs, pop. One little story. So I was at a really nice private event. I think it was an 8-piece or 9-piece, 2 horns, and a really great band. So most of the time I'll get, a really, really great band. And this happens all the time, but the client or the host will come to me and want a song, like a special song played. Usually I want 2 weeks before the event to give me the special requests, and then give me like the genre or the style or the feel, and then I book the musicians for that, and we call it a day. If there's special requests, let me know ahead of time in case we need to chart something or at least hear it once. So he comes up to me, he's like, okay, I have a really special thing for my wife. I need you to do this song live. And I'm like, okay, because usually we'll get a song thrown at us and we already know it. I mean, there's like 900 in my repertoire at this point. So, this is a song, it's a pop song. I have no idea. I've never heard this song before. So, I look at the band, they're still performing. Is it being weird? Yeah, let me get right here. So I look at the band and they're still performing. And I think to myself, all right, who the hell can I pull off stage right now, pay one, because I had an assistant that day, and I said, hey, I need you to go to my purse, there's a $100 bill in my purse, grab it, bring it to me, we're going to figure this out. So I thought, who the hell can learn this song in probably 10 minutes? And so I grabbed Wes, and I had the 100, I'm like, Wes, I need you to go out in the front, get off stage, learn this song, come back. I'm going to sing it. I'm going to listen to it, I'm going to sing it. You're going to play it. If the band wants to join, everyone knows they lay off. They do not play with you unless they are familiar enough, and then you can add a little something. So the band stays on stage, he goes outside, he's like, sure. So he goes outside, learns it, comes back. How the hell did I sing it? How the hell did he learn it? Patterns. Thank God it was a pop song. Pop songs are easy. They appeal to the masses. They're wonderful, they're great, they serve a purpose. It was a pop song. They're, if I could write a pop song, I'll write a pop song one day, like a really good one. But so the pop tune pattern is simple. It's intro, verse, chorus, verse, chorus, outro. Sometimes you throw a bridge in there. The chorus is always repeated, so all I had to do was, well, listen to it because there's a melody that I need to figure out, but I'm so flexible and I'm not a purist that I want to give my little flavor to anything anyway. So I had to read the verse, sing the chorus, read the second verse, and done. We ended up killing it, repeating it, the whole band joined in. It was a thing. Wes, the guitarist, learned that song in 5-10 minutes because what he had to do, I'm assuming, he's not looking at the lyrics with that form, but he's listening to the form and the repeat of probably just the chords, right? Hopefully it was just a Dreams, Fleetwood Mac, 2 chords, F, G, over and over and over. Tennessee Whiskey, how many chords is that? 2. These are the favorites. This is why everybody loves them. This is why you hear them all the time, because we think they're easy and we play them all the time. So, there we go. We might play them later. Actually, I was going to play them right now, but I'm gonna wait till the song's later. Go, next one. Oh, Tennessee Whiskey, yeah. So this is the form, the easy chords, and the form of both of these tunes. Super simple. Let's get into next one. Jazz, next one. Jazz is my favorite form of music, and it's because there's so much expression to it, and there's a different level of musicianship and musicians that are in it, and everyone can, if they want, solo. So the form for a jazz is there's the head, there's a solo section, you can trade, I still don't know how to trade, but the jazz musicians trade, the head and then the outro. So instead of a 3-minute song, it can be a lot longer. It can be 10 minutes, 15 minutes, however long. 12-bar blues, I don't really understand that quite yet. So we'll skip it, but it's a different form. I know how to play blues songs. I just don't understand understand why we're doing it like that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's weird to me. We'll have to figure out a different pattern for Kim's brain. 32-bar AABA for jazz is fun. So we're going to play Autumn Leaves. Let's do that, because that's a good example. Autumn Leaves, perfect jazz tune for this. Oh, skip to the next one so we can see the autumn leaves actually. One more. Oh, here we go. So this is the form. This is the form. So hopefully this talk kind of inspires people to want to be musicians, because I think it is doable. Pick something, go at it if you want to be a singer or a guitarist. But there's forms, there's methods, there's patterns. I'm going to give you a little insight into it. Hopefully I'm not revealing too much of the magic, but it's not magic. It's not magic. So Autumn Leaves, I'm going to do the top. This is the Eva Cassidy version, by the way, so it's not... Why am I doing that? Because I don't have a jazz band with me. So no one's going to be doing their solo sections or trading or anything like that. So educating in that sense is very helpful, because sometimes a client will want, a jazz band but only hire 2 people. Well, you're not going to get that. Or you're going to get a very broken down version, which is what we are about to do. So this is Eva Cassidy's. Let me change one thing though, this is bugging me. You can intro.
My window
my darling, when autumn leaves hold red and gold. Now it's time for the saxophone player to do that whole thing from the head. Or guitar. Since you went away, the days grow cold, and soon I'll hear a winter song. Oh, but I miss you most, my darling. Let's tag it. Of red and gold. Let's tag it once. We autumn leaves, red and gold. We played my original, which we're going to play, I think right now. Let's see the next one. Let me make sure. Oh, damn blues. No, I'm not ready to talk on that yet. Oh, this is mine. Okay, we're going to play one right now. So, yeah, it's really wild how this works. So this is one of my new originals. It's not on this album. It's going to go on the next one. But yeah, I work with literally the most incredible musicians ever, wildly talented, and I am never over that. So I asked James to play on this, and he charted it real quick. He's not a purist either, and he added the best note ever at the end. And so, okay, we did cheat a little bit, and last night we were at the same open mic, so we grabbed it, we ran through the song, so we sang it once together. But, yeah, he's incredible, and I hope you like that. I hope you like that note. I certainly do. But this is fun for me because I wrote the song, I play it out as much as possible, and if something needs to change before we record it, then we're going to do that because we're playing it out. So, in understanding the patterns when it relates to the form of music, if anybody wants to tell me what this next song is, my song is it jazz or is it pop as relates to form? I know it's a deep dive this morning and it's early and I barely want to do it, but, you know, put my thinking cap on like that, but I just think it's interesting when we really dissect some things. I know it takes away some of the sparkle, but I think it's also really great. We can find, you know, understanding together. Okay, let's do mine. What's this song called again?
Switch Me.
Oh yeah, Switch Me. Hopefully I can remember the words. This is the intro. Thought we were good, but crashed on a landing, slipped in the dark and blissfully felt nothing. gonna do it. Find people smarter than you, that's another strategy. Switch me the driver's seat and roll off the road. 'Cause this highway's for lovers with nowhere to go. I can see his hands shaking, but I don't hear a sound. I can see his lips moving, but nothing comes out. That boy's got nothing long time ago. Now the earth is spinning extra slow. Q&A, everybody. Thank you, Phil. Thank you so much. Oh, what is that song?
Awesome.